button. We're going to hit that button, guys, and get this thing kicked off right now. I'm Jim with Zero Three Studios, and as you know, it has been a long time since I have posted anything on this YouTube channel. And for good reason. In case you've been sleeping for the past year and a half, we've had a pandemic. That means everything changed. Oddly enough, we were going through a change right before all of this hit. We set out, we were doing client work, we were focusing on making good quality videos to put out on YouTube, on my LinkedIn page, just to help people understand the do's and the don'ts of practical digital marketing. And as always, digital marketing is just an extension of marketing for your business. It can be a billboard all the way to a Facebook ad. It doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. That's the big secret. Everybody thinks that social media marketing has this little niche. Google marketing has a little niche. No, they all have different mechanics to them. You have to understand what works on one platform, what works on another, what you have to have in consideration with what the product supports on that platform versus another platform. But it's no different. You would put something different on a billboard that you would put on a Facebook ad. You would put something different on a radio ad. Disclaimer, I don't believe radio works. But you would put something different on a radio ad that you might put on a Google ad. So it all boils down to your message and your purpose and your intent. So we're going to continue with that process and trying to peel back that onion and show you how to manage your own small business's marketing, or just educate yourself. So if you hire a marketer or a marketing company, you know better what to expect from them, both in their pitch, in their expectations of their own results and their products, as well as just to have a voice in the direction of your marketing effort for you and your business. Side note again, that also means your sales team. One thing I'm really going to ramp up here is sales training. One thing, well, let's back up because I'm jumping ahead here. What we were doing, our own transition, was getting out of the client work business before COVID hit. I had gotten really burnt out on client work. Client work is great. I love it. I love helping new businesses step up to the plate and try and get over that first hump and then that second hump and then watch them grow. But at the same time, it's a new business owner. They have a lot of new challenges. They have a lot of confusing things. They're getting opinions from everywhere. And sometimes it's hard to keep them as focused as you are on the task at hand that's going to lead them to success. They see their vision, which is great. You started a business, you had a vision, you have something in mind you're trying to reach to, but you bring in a marketing company to come in and take that over for you or help get you to where you're trying to go. And you tend to listen for the beginning, and then the next few phases dwindle a little bit as you start to fall in love with the marketing aspect of your business, which every business owner does. And then you start listening to the gurus or this program or this course and that course. And they forget that they hired you for the experience and the results you've given other people in their businesses. And that's part of it. I love that part, trying to bring people in and keep them focused. But at the same time, it makes it really hard sometimes to get your job done. And it just was taking a toll on me. So I thought, what would I do? What if I could recreate myself 5 years ago? What would I have done different? And I would have started an e-commerce business. I would have started something for the long haul. And then I thought again, well, if I had done that and documented that, I'd be able to share what it's like from the ground up to come up with an idea, start a business, and how we would address those challenges from a marketing perspective and reach our goals. So a year ago, I started testing a very traditional business that's typically a brick and mortar business in an industry that is almost saturated with brick and mortar businesses as the epicenter of where the business creation comes from, where the revenues come from, and wanted to turn it into an e-commerce business to show that it can be done with anything. It's an expensive ticket. It's actually the type of tickets a customer might buy once, maybe twice in their lifetime. So it is not by any means an impulse item. It is a long haul. And I wanted to do that because I wanted to show how if you can take that hard to sell item and sell it online, if you can take those little bits out and apply to your business at a smaller level or a more commodity type product that's consumable, how much better it will benefit your business. Because if we can slow down and show you what it's like to cultivate a customer over 3, 4, 5 years, and at the same time still be able to target customers for right now, because the business won't survive 3, 4, 5 years if we don't have buyers now. So we're going to show you how we find the buyers now, and as we cultivate those, we're going to have hundreds and thousands of buyers that are long-term buyers, people we need to keep in the fold. We're going to share how we do that. How do we keep someone interested in our brand so 3 years down the road, they're buying from us when they're ready? It's tricky. It's fun. It's a lot of content. And it's a lot of off-topic content to make sure that we keep their attention. So that's what we're doing. We're not going to share the company itself with you guys. I don't want to direct traffic from this effort over to it because that'll skew the numbers. We don't want any false customer reviews and those types of things. We really want to share the mechanics of what we're doing here and how we apply ourselves to grow that business on an e-commerce platform, so we can show other businesses, no matter what you're selling, that you can do it, no matter if everyone's told you that doesn't sell online. Everything sells online now, especially after the past year. So that's kind of where we're at. The other thing, though, this process has shown me, because recently I've hired a couple salespeople, interviewed a bunch of other positions, customer service, and I'm realizing how the sales positions are really under categorized. The expectation for a salesperson is lacking a lot of training. There's a lot of salespeople that are out on the job, that are out there because they have a great personality. They're very sharp. They're very understanding of what it takes to get something sold, but they're really not doing it right. They're really, I've had people from some predatory sales backgrounds, like timeshares, car sales, that have interviewed because they're tired of selling their soul for a sale. They want to be able to feel good about the products they're selling. And I'm hearing a lot of that from people coming from other sales positions that just didn't have the training and background. They were kind of out there wish-washing around until they kind of found something that worked for them and that company's offerings. It's not that complicated. You really have to understand the sales mechanics, the things people go through when they're making a purchase. And it's fairly simple and straightforward, but if you don't really understand it, it's much, much harder to do. So I'm going to focus a lot of this channel into sales training. I don't know why, but it's just really been screaming at me. I've hired a couple salespeople based on their personalities and their desire to sell and their desire to sell better. I have yet to find someone that comes through the door for a sales position and a customer service position that actually is qualified. And I mean no slight to anyone that's been hired if you happen to watch this. And I'm pretty upfront during the interview process that we've got a lot to work on. But I think there might be some people out there that are currently doing okay in sales, underperforming, maybe doing pretty good, but know they could be doing better and know they could be more efficient at it. Because it isn't always about, am I being honest? Am I trying to get every last penny out of somebody? It's just getting the person to the purchase that they're trying to make. And that's the art, that's the understanding, that's the knowledge that we're going to share here, is how to make that first contact with a potential customer, listen, and take all that information down a short journey to get the things answered that they need and the education that they need to make a comfortable purchase from you, because that will go much further than trying to close the deal. The customer closes the deal. You do not close the deal. That's a misnomer in the industry that makes me sick, to be honest. Salespeople, you do not close the deal. If you do, you are forcing people to make a decision that they're not ready to make yet. And in the end, they're usually not happy with that decision, which comes back and reflects on the brand and the company. You have to understand how to let them decide to make the purchase. And that comes from educating them and answering the questions that they have about their purchase, the product, the process, the concerns, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we're going to walk through a series of thoughts, I guess. And doesn't that mean you're getting ready to make some money? I'm talking sales here, so that's a good thing, right? Anyhow, I'm back. I'm underdressed. The set is the first thing that's going to get corrected in this mess. We're in a new building now. It's a much bigger building. The last one we shared with a few other companies. It was a massive building, but there was a lot of noise in the background. This is about a 3-4 studio setup we're going to put in here. This will be where we're going to host all the one-ons like this. We may peel back the curtain a little bit down the road and get into some of the management side of the business, because the management does reflect on the e-commerce. But we're going to share it all with you. I'm rambling. I'm way over my time allocation here, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this back to you guys. Stay tuned. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe. Ask anything you want in the comments, from past videos to current videos. We're still involved in social media. We're still involved in Google. We love content. So if you want to know how to do that, reach out. We'll see if we can help you guys out. But that's it. I'm Jim, 03 Studios. We're going to wrap this up. So let's get that light out and go ahead and kill that. I think we're done. I'm going to mash that button. Boom. See ya.